The authors will have 3 minutes to divide from their opening and their summation speeches. You may begin when ready.
Charlie Flomenhoft, Michael Kamer, Lucas, Bullock, representing Henrique Lake High School in Egypt, Sir Chair. Women around the globe, especially those in the Middle East, are powerless, both at home and in government. Women are outnumbered 4 to 1 in legislatures around the world, and 6 out of every 10 women experience physical or sexual abuse in their lifetime. These are horrifying statistics, and this issue needs to be addressed by the international community. The UN has already addressed these gender inequality in both the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, or CEDAW, and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. But the enforcement and oversight of both proposals is lacking. Our proposal strives to fix the loopholes and lack of enforcement through strong encouragement on the UN members that they must abide by these documents and respect basic women and human rights. If the member nations do not comply, they will be put on probationary status and an admonishment for their lack of action. This proposal simply reaffirms the UN and its member states' commitment to equality for all. Women helped with the revolution in Egypt. Shouldn't they be allowed a portion of the reapings as well? Thank you.
The authors use 1 minute and 35 seconds for their opening speech. They will have 1 minute and 25 seconds for their summation speech. We will now move on to 2 minutes of non-debatable technical questions. Do we have any? Finish up. Councilmate. Brendan. Gil. And once again, just go on. This microphone here.
Michael Riegard, representing Paris High School, representing Germany. How many countries will be affected by this proposal?
I can't give you a specific number, but any other nation that obviously discriminates against women will be affected.
Ashley McDonough, representing Switzerland, representing Olin County High School, Sir Secretary General. Does religion have anything to do with it, and will it be taken into consideration?
Yes, religion is part of the situation. For example, Sharia law in Islam, and that will be taken into consideration because it is a moral belief.
Lauren Golden, representing Russell County High School, representing Portugal, Serche. Is this for equal rights, or just like what kind of rights are you addressing with this?
Full equal rights between men and women, and total eradication of discrimination against women to achieve that equality.
Do we have any other technical questions? Brendan. Michelle. Kelsey.
The fight for equality regarding gender has been prevalent throughout our world's history. The evolution of technology, politics, and philosophical ideas has been the driving force that has led to the world we know today. However, many citizens throughout the world still find the same oppression felt by women of many countries generations ago. This undoubtedly needs to change. Our world can no longer condone such discrepancies like gender inequality, and actions like the proposal of Egypt must be taken to deter them.
Prince Sanford, representing Cambodian South Odom, Sirchur. Many developed countries have overcome this problem. However, in developing nations, women remain in the bottom of the social chain, and this needs to change. This proposal makes countries reevaluate how they treat women in their country, and in most cases, they will improve this.
Those without a speech in favor will now have our next speech in opposition.
Andrew Bates, Western Hills High School, representing Haiti, Sir Secretary General. This is a noble cause, and women's rights is an extremely important issue. However, changing the centuries-old practices of theocratic countries like Saudi Arabia or India would not work at all. Most discrimination against women has deep religious roots, and while religious origin does not make it okay, you can't change someone's religion just by punishing their country. The only way to end discrimination against females is to educate against radical religious sects, and change will be very gradual. As long as there are radicals, there will be discrimination no matter what action the movement takes.
We'll now have our next speech in favor.
Shania Brooks Jackson, representing Democratic Republic of Congo, represented by Fiscal Commissioner, and I reserve the right to make this if we wouldn't allow for any race to be discriminated against, why would we allow for women to be discriminated against? Everyone deserves a right. They're born with it, no matter. In some countries, though it may seem that they're not, every woman should be born with every right. And in Congo, I know how we feel that our women are being completely mistreated. Why should we allow that?
Brad Williamson, representing Oldham County High School, representing the country of Denmark. Mr. Chairman. My fellow delegates, do you wonder why there is such a big gap between the undeveloped countries of the world and the developed countries located in Europe and North America? It's simply because of the ideals of the Enlightenment era. We've pushed for ideas like equality among men, and later on, equality among women. We've adapted our...
Our final speech in opposition.
I'm Jim Banks, representing Will County, Nepal. If these countries did not follow this law 60 years ago, what will make them follow it now? The UN does not have the power to ensure this law will be carried out, because all the country has to do is leave the UN, and that is the punishment in the sections it says that will happen if they disobey this law. A different act must be taken to ensure that equality and no more abuse is carried out. Strongly urging the court.
Rachel Roach, representing Holy Cross, representing Croatia, Sirchur. I am against this proposal because just because the UN acknowledges that men and women are equal does not mean that they will be treated as such. Just because someone says that doesn't mean that the citizens of their country will treat them fairly. And I don't think that this proposal will be able to be enforced, and it is unclear about which countries will be affected by this proposal. So I strongly urge you to vote no for this proposal.
We'll now have our final speech in favor.
Caitlin Atkinson, candidate for Executive Committee, Sir Chair. I would like to yield my time to the delegate to my right. When we are here, we come together with a common understanding that we are equals. The unfortunate fact is, though, most of the world doesn't see things that way. This proposal, though only a beginning of the solution, is a much-needed and necessary step in building a truly united world. We often speak of progress and protection for the underprivileged, but somehow we have managed to forget the women who make life possible. We cannot continue to shove aside issues such as this one, some consider less important. The time for change has been and always will be now, and this proposal is fighting for a change that is desperately needed.
Rachel Young, representing Croatia, representing Holy Cross, Sir Chair. When women are ignored or denied rights, these countries miss out on half of the population's ideas and insights. Not having voting rights takes away a woman's voice. They have no say in politics. A vote for this proposal is a vote for women everywhere. Please vote yes for this proposal.
I mean, Sir Chair, fellow UN ambassadors, when we reflect upon the history of our assembly, we see it is founded upon equal rights. In 1948, we were started with the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights. In that document, it said that every man and woman should be equally secured, be equally free, and not have to face the coercion of these sexist regimes. Moreover, we look to the Millennium Health Goals of more recent times in 2000, when we guaranteed we would instill more parity in the representation of government, so that women may serve in government. And thus I say, are we going to supplicate ourselves to the throne of indifference, or are we going to strive for a cause that is noble? I think most surely we will do the latter, for it is the character of our assembly. Thank you. I yield my time.
Kelsey Brown, Benedict High School, representing Argentina, Secretary General. It has been proven.
Really sorry, your time is elapsed. Sorry. And since we have to end, seeing as how the author's speech was a speech in favor, we ask you to end on a speech. Normally I don't do this, but there was an ambassador that was claimed to be yielded to who was not properly given the opportunity. So if you could please come and give your speech.
Mike Crouch, representing Oldham County High School in the Netherlands. Thank you very much, Sir Chair. While my country agrees with women's rights, our men and women are equal. There are some countries that part of their religion is based on male dominance, and taking that away is taking away age-old traditions that have been followed for generations. Also, some women might not be educated enough because, as of now, they're not given the same education rights as men. So putting them into the equal society is not going to work because they're not educated enough currently to work in with a modern society.
Lucy Senator Jones. Chair calls for his question. Seeing as how the authors used. Seeing as how the authors used 1 minute and 24 seconds for their opening speech, they will have 1 minute and 36 seconds for a summation speech. You begin right.
Egypt has been a leader in women's rights within the Middle East for years. Being in this position, expanding it to our neighbors as well as the world is very important. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an opportunity to do something great here today. For so long, women have been discriminated against. By giving countries who don't comply with this proposal one of the worst punishments the UN can give out, we may finally be able to be on the path to eradicate gender-based discrimination. Finally, women will have the chance to have a voice. Thank you.
It is now time to caucus with your countries. guys haven't done